Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's just a little bit of a sadder book review. I've been waiting to do this one for a while, but I've been putting off finishing this book because it was so sad that I just didn't want to keep going. But I did. I finished it. And we are going to be talking about Matthew Perry and his book. And boy, do I have some thoughts. So if you haven't read this, it's a kind of, is it classified as a biography? Yeah. If you haven't read this, but if you are a Matthew Perry or a Friends fan in any way, shape, or form, you should read this. If you're not a Friends fan and you don't care, you're not going to care about this book because a majority of it deals with a part of his life on Friends, because it was a big part of his life. So if you don't care about Friends, you're not going to care about this book. But if you do love Friends, and if you like Matthew Perry, I would recommend it. It is hard to get through. It is a tough read, but I think it's an important one to read, personally, because I had no idea all this stuff about him, and obviously everybody always says we had no idea, because when you are in the light, like when you're in the world like he was, where everyone knows everything about you, there's some things that you keep private, obviously, and this is a pretty big deal. So I don't blame him for keeping it private for so long. So when you come to learn all this stuff about him, it just breaks your heart. I don't know, it makes me like look at him in a different way, not a bad way, just like a more of a human way, which sounds really weird because obviously he was human just like everyone else. But when you watch someone on TV for so long and they have as big of a name as he did, you don't see them so much as the person, you just see them as a celebrity. So I think this was very eye-opening to read, and I just think that everyone, if you can read it, I think you should. It's not going to be for everybody, obviously, because there's some very triggering subjects and topics in here. But something that I didn't know about was his family. Like, his family situation growing up was awful, and I had no idea. I mean, they say that when you're a comedian, usually the people that are the funniest have had the saddest past and the hardest past. And we've seen that to be true with many people. Robin Williams, who I love and look up to as a comedian, he's hilarious. He was incredible. But he also had a hard life, and you see that oftentimes. My eyes are really watering. You see that oftentimes with people who are the funniest, they have like the most difficult background. So that is one thing that I know to be true now that I've read this. But it also just makes me love the character more. Like Chandler, I already was a big Chandler fan. Like, he's been my favorite for a long time. So to me, I really connect with his sarcasm, and I don't know, I just think he's hysterical. He's the funniest one in the show, in my opinion. And yeah, I just think he's so funny, and he's so adorable, and he's so genuine, and I love that. I love that about his character, and I love that about Matthew. Even though I never actually got to meet him, obviously. But, yeah, if you're a fan of him at all, if you're a fan of Friends, you should definitely read it. I didn't give it an actual, this is ridiculous. It looks like I'm crying, I'm not. But I did cry reading the book, but I'm not crying right now. I don't know, I'm rambling right now. I didn't give it a star rating on Goodreads just because I feel like it's weird to give like a rating to someone's life story, you know what I mean? So I don't I don't plan on giving it a star rating on Goodreads because that just feels weird to me. I wouldn't do that to anybody's biography because, I don't know, it just feels strange. But if you read the book and if you have any thoughts, please share those in the comments because I would love to talk to more people about this book and about his life and about the stuff we had no idea was going on in the background, which I feel awful about, but obviously we don't know. And this might seem really silly, but I also want to give like a little bit of a shout out to his friend Erin, which she does not need. But just throughout the story, throughout the book, how she was there for him is so incredible, and it just shows you a best friend, and I love that. I have my own best friend who I would do anything for her, she'd do anything for me. It's so important to have that best friend, and I just really think she's incredible for that. So that was really, really cool to learn about, that he wasn't really going through this fully alone. He had a best friend that was there with him throughout pretty much everything, which is incredible to have that person with you, and to always have your back on this. Like, that was really cool. So I think that was really important. However, I do also want to use this to say that if you have any friends that you know are going through a hard time, or that might be going through a hard time, check in on them. Because I feel like a lot of times we don't think about stuff like that. We don't think about like, oh, well, there's a lot going on, but I'm sure this person's fine. Like, they would tell me if they weren't. Not everybody's gonna share that. Even if you are best friends, not everybody's gonna share what they're going through. And that's just the truth. You're not gonna know everything someone's going through. So if you think about it and you have a friend that might be going through something, reach out to them. I think that's really, really, really important to be doing. And I really wanted to share some thoughts on this book. I thought it was very well written. I don't think it was like a 5-star incredible read. That's not what it's for. So is it like the best written book I've ever read? No, but that's not what it's meant for. So, you know, it's heartfelt, and it's emotional, and it's real, and it's raw, and it's genuine, and that's what matters. So I'm gonna stop before I keep rambling. But I love you guys. I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you so much for being here and for watching my videos. And I'm trying to work on this lighting. I'm really sorry if this lighting is terrible. I'm really trying to work on that. I need to like open my blinds to get some natural light in here. But I'm trying to work on the lighting. I'm really sorry. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say on the book. If, like I said before, if you can read it, I would. I recommend it. And if you have, be sure to comment so we can talk, because I would love to talk to people who have read it. And that's about it. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.